All right. Today we're going to talk about layouts. This video was made after the how to run a web and how to run Android videos. If you want to follow where I'm at and how I got to this point, just watch those two. All right. So layouts. What are layouts? Going to the CS generator demo and using it because it is a demo that I made to display different layouts or layouts possible that you can select in the client-server generator. So this is the header layout. As you see, there is a header on the top and it contains all your routes. Different layouts is just a different way to make routes within the layout. So for instance, these are different routes here, these are different pages, but the layout around it never changes, just the main section inside. So when we change a layout, if we change it from header to drawer, the outside changes and the way you get to your routes changes from the layout, but the routes themselves never change. This is kind of like componentizing, right? So this is the root here is kind of a component, and the way you display that component is based off the layout around it. You can have layouts inside of layouts, but that's not really what we're doing here because it's a simple application. This is the base code I use for my apps. This is a demo. I made it possible to change it through through the settings, but in the code you only get one layout because you paid for a single layout. That's how it works. So let's close this. Let's open up our terminal. npm run dev. You don't actually need the backend to be running, so the server to be running to run a client. I architected these so that they don't rely on each other, unless you're obviously logged in, and then you will have to use authenticated routes, and that's from the server. So, gonna let this run for a bit. While that's running, I'm gonna show you guys the different routes here. So you have layouts, you have the authentication layout, and you have the main layout. The auth layout is used around the auth pages, and the main layout is used for everything else. Pages, the way you see here kind of is the URL architecture in the app, and so as you'll see like /admin /something/auth /something, and these are home, profile. Those are ones that you don't need to go into auth or whatever. I think maybe profile is, which shouldn't be, but settings is not, 3 is not, and whatnot. So looking into the auth layout, nothing crazy here. It's just one single layout based off of a couple different pages. So as you see, I am not logged in, so I don't see the auth layout. But when I press login, I see the auth layout. You see how sign up and login are using the same layout? It's because the sign up and login pages are really what's over here, which is the component, and the layout is what's around it. And what changes up here is based off what page is inside. As you can see, there's a lot of title equals login and whatnot to separate what actually needs to be displayed. Then it's just a simple language translation function, and it's about it for the auth layout. So in here, you only get sidebar layout, so you can't switch the layouts. but there are multiple different layouts that you can select. And so with the sidebar layout, it's pretty simple. It's just the tabs, the header, the drawer, and the page. The drawer is only if the screen is too small, because this here won't look pretty on a iPhone jammed up. But if you go to iPhone, you can see that it's all hidden over here. And you can manipulate your layout in any way possible, and there's multiple different ways to do it. You can friggin' make these floating around or something. It doesn't really matter. But that is the layouts. You can view the routing system where the layout gets selected in the router/routes JS file. You see you have both auth layout and sidebar layout selected. You have all the pages. More on this routing in the routing video though.